This is Promineo Tech's front-end bootcamp week 9 coding assignment using JavaScript to create an automated version of War with 2 players. It cycles through the 26-card deck of each player once to score points, and will display the score and declare the winners at the end. Before starting to code, I considered ideas of what I wanted to do and took notes, which I referred back to as I coded. I created 3 classes, card, deck, and player. The first one is just a very simple constructor for the class with a name and a value, ranging from 2 to 14, with the face cards being 11 through 14 as their values. Then for the deck, the constructor starts empty as it is an array to push cards into. I tried 2 different methods of shuffling. However, the first one did not shuffle and deal equally, but ended up with more in one array than the other. And this persisted even when I reloaded. So I decided to use a different one, which utilizes the Fisher-Yates shuffle in order to ensure that it is equal array. And in testing this multiple times, I found that it does indeed always end up with 26 cards in each array when you start with a 52-card deck. So I have destination 1 and destination 2 as the location for which to push the cards to. The player is just a constructor as well, with a name as the only thing that the user needs to enter, with an empty array for their deck that is where cards are being pushed to, and their points that start at 0. The first thing I did was initialize a new deck so that I could push cards into it. This probably was not the most efficient way to do this, but didn't take as long as it looks here with a lot of copying and pasting and minor edits. I was able to fairly quickly fill out the 52-card deck, but 52 lines of code is a bit much. I might look into how to do this more efficiently in the future. I then created 2 new players. I didn't have to do anything but declare their names. I initially started with player 1 and player 2 as their names, but because I wanted to use player 1 and player 2 in the game, to save myself some confusion, I gave them other names. I shuffle and dealt before I then created the game. And for the game, which has already been initialized, it loops through. I could have used player 2.deck.length as well, since they are the same length. It's simple to do it either way. It starts by logging at the top what each player played, and then uses an if and else if statement to show which player gets a point, as well as actually adding a point to their point score. If they both play the same card, no message is shown and no point is granted. Finally, at the bottom, with an if statement, it determines the final message, which states the amount of points that each player got and who the winner is, as well as a special message to show when they have the same amount of points and that they tied. And if I refresh this, you can see that the shuffle is random, and a different player might win each time. And here's the tie message as well. So this is my version of the Game of War using JavaScript.